right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and today we're going to talk about 5 free agent corners the Vikings could still sign. They traded Mike Hughes a couple days ago, so potentially the Vikings could look at bringing in one more veteran corner to kind of flesh out that depth chart. Personally, I think they're actually kind of fine with how they are. You got your top 3, Cam Dantzler, Patrick Peterson, Mackenzie Alexander, and then you also got Harrison Hand and Chris Boyd. 5 guys there that are going to be on the team next year. And, Hand did show some flashes. A couple games he did play last season. So I think he's a guy they could look to develop, maybe have some high hopes for. And Boyd has had some good moments in his career. I feel like he took a little bit of a step backwards last year from where he was as a rookie. But, again, a full preseason program, just having the OTAs, mini camps, going in the preseason, I think will help him. So I think they do have 5 guys. And Jeff Gladney's situation still hasn't been figured out yet. It is saying something the team has yet to give up on him, and he's still on the roster. So maybe they'll get something out of Jeff Gladney this year. But that being said, really all they are is one injury away from needing to bring in somebody. So I think there's a good chance the Vikings could go out and bring in a corner. Again, it may not happen until they do get that injury in camp, or someone just looks flat out horrible that they were expecting to see a little bit more out of. So let's go over 5 options who are still out on the market. Another thing we should mention, the Vikings do have like $10 million in cap space to use, so they can pretty much afford any of these guys. And most of these guys are coming in a 1-year deal. A lot of these guys have been jumping around different teams the last couple of years and, have issues of their own, which is why they're available. So let's go over some of these names. And a lot of these are familiar names. I feel like the last couple of years we've been talking with the same players as corners the Vikings could look at in free agency. But the first one here is Steven Nelson, the longtime Pittsburgh Steeler. He's only 5'11", but he does have 68 career starts. 52 pass breakups in his career, 7 interceptions. He's still only 28 years old. Guy has good wheels. Supposedly there's about 2-3 teams sniffing around him. So really, of all the guys on this list, Steven Nelson might be the one who gets the biggest contract. But again, he's a guy that could come in. Actually, he might be able to compete for one of these starting spots. I don't think he's going to unseat Dantzler or Peterson, but maybe, get some slot reps with Mackenzie Alexander. So Steven Nelson, definitely someone the Vikings could be sniffing around. Another guy is Bashad Breeland, the cornerback, most recently with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's 5'11", 195 pounds. He's kind of been inconsistent up and down his career. He'll have good flashes. He'll have bad flashes. So maybe the Vikings bring him in. He's on one of his good kicks, but he played 11 games for the Chiefs last season. He had 38 tackles, 2 interceptions, broke up 9 passes. So he still got some game to him. Again, for a guy like Breeland, if you're looking at a 4th corner, I think you do a lot worse than him. So definitely someone the Vikings should again look at. Another guy is a guy I think we talked about last season, but he's a free agent again, Nicole Roby-Coleman. I think he played for the Eagles last year. The knock on this guy is he's only 5'8", but he's feisty, he's physical. He'll come up and smack you in the mouth. Super experienced player, 126 career games played. He started 7 games for the Eagles last year. Probably looking at him as more of a slot option. Again, being a physical guy who's going to help you out in the run defense. So Nicole Roby-Coleman still out there to be had. The Vikings want him. They could probably get him for a fairly cheap deal. Another guy, the Vikings, again, always seems to feel like this guy is available, at least the last couple of years. Darqueze Dennard, the cornerback, first-round pick of the Cincinnati Bengals a few years back. This guy just he's been very injury-prone in his career. He can't seem to put together a 16-game season. But he's very physical, 310 career tackles. He's only got 4 career picks, not really a guy you're going to put in there and expect to intercept a couple passes, more of a physical presence. But the fact he can't stay healthy has been the biggest knock on him. He can play inside or out, gives you depth at 2 positions. So Darqueze Dennard, definitely another guy the Vikings may look around if they actually want to bring in a cornerback. And again, I feel like, this might not be until June or in the preseason. I'm holding my breath. It seems like every year there's always a player that goes down with an injury, season ender. And if that's in the cornerback group this year, definitely they're going to bring in somebody. So, and here's the last one. And I think this is the most likely option. The Vikings do bring a cornerback. I think this is going to be the guy in this Drake Kirkpatrick. They were sniffing around him last year. I think they brought him in for a visit, definitely kicked the tires on him. And he ended up signing with the Cardinals, and he actually didn't play too bad. He had 3 interceptions last year, 56 tackles. He played with Patrick Peterson. Mike Zimmer coached him for 2 seasons in Cincinnati, familiar with Zimmer's system. He's 6'2". He's got the size Zim loves. I mean, everything just points to Kirkpatrick making a ton of sense. If the Vikings do feel the need to bring in a corner, I think this guy would just fit in nicely. So I think if the Vikings bring in any of these guys, Kirkpatrick is going to be the one. And why the hell not? Again, if you don't like the way Chris Boyd's developing, or Harrison Hand looks like he's taking a step back, or you want to move him to safety, and Jeff Gladney, he's definitely not going to play again. I think Drake Kirkpatrick could be a damn good signing for the team. He's still, I think he's 32 years old. Feels like he should be about 40. But Kirkpatrick showed last year he still got plenty in the tank. And the Vikings brought him in. I think that'd be a pretty damn good move. So those are 5 cornerbacks the Vikings could definitely look at. Leave me some more in the comments below. You got about maybe 12 more hours to drop the hashtag 3000. That drawing is coming up soon. So look for that. Should be sometime on Sunday. We'll be drawing for the Christian Darrisaw jersey. So drop your hashtag 3000s, drop any other cornerbacks you think the Vikings could be looking at. Or if you think they're fine, let us know what you think about the cornerback situation as it is. With Mike Hughes gone, they lost a little bit of depth, but I also feel like they weren't expecting him to be around anyway. So that's it. Those are some corners the Vikings can look at. And always, guys, it's the weekend. And on the weekend, you should always remember to keep your skull in your hole.